Okay, so we have a big breaking news coming out. Pretty soon, things are going to hit the fan out there in the Mideast. Iran hidden nuclear facility uncovered by satellite imagery. The site reportedly covers over 2,500 acres, according to the source, and has been operational for over 10 years. Look out. I believe there's a possibility. Again, there's a possibility things are going to hit the fan pretty soon out there in the Mideast. Alright, so I want to bring this information up really quick. Do me a favor, if this is your first time, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like. Again, thank you so much for your support. Alright, so Fox News is putting out this information here. Let me get to all this audio set up, and we're going to see what's going on here.
Fox News exclusive satellite images revealing the location of a previously unknown Iranian nuclear site. Now, the facility spans nearly 2,500 acres, and this is a big discovery. Jillian Turner has more from the State Department. Good morning, Jillian.
Pretty explosive, Dana. These satellite images that we have obtained exclusively show the alleged site location and even the layout of the secret, previously unknown nuclear weapons facilities inside Iran. This, of course, raises fresh concerns about the regime's role in these ongoing nuclear talks with the Trump administration. The National Council of Resistance of Iran has collected intelligence from sources on the ground inside Iran that locate this nuclear weapons facility in what is called Semnan province, far from the regime's already known nuclear sites. It's codenamed the Rainbow Site by Iran's officials, and it spans nearly 2,500 acres. It's been operating, as far as we can discern, for over a decade under the cover of a chemical production company that's called Diba Energy Siba. The so-called rainbow site's reportedly being used primarily to extract tritium. It is a material that's used to boost nuclear weapons with no real civil or commercial applications, putting paid to Iran's long-standing claim they just want nuclear power for peaceful purposes.
Is it the U.S. position that Iran can have an enrichment program as long as it doesn't reach a weapons?
We haven't made that decision yet. We will, but we haven't made that decision yet.
Just yesterday, the vice president insisted that the nuclear negotiations with Iran are going swimmingly. Take a listen.
So, without prejudging the negotiations, I will say so far so good. We've been very happy by how the Iranians have responded to some of the points that we've made.
Dana, once again, so this intelligence, these aerial satellite photos, plus some video that little too long to share with you guys on the air, were shared exclusively with Fox News. It was obtained by sources operating on the ground inside Iran, given to us by Iran's opposition movement here inside the United States. Pretty explosive.
Yes, all right. Jillian Turner, thank you for that, and we will track it.
Wow, 5 nuclear site. 5. So we're gonna get to this news here, guys. This is some serious stuff. Donald has put out a message that you know, it's getting there. You know, he put out a message yesterday that either you guys want to see it destroyed or just work peace. So there's been 4 B-52 bombers that has been deployed, along with 6 of the B-2 stealth bombers and some other powerful equipments out there. All right, we're going to get to that news, but let me just bring this up really quick here. You have the Vice President, J.D. Vance, says that we are not going to get involved in the middle of the war. That's fundamentally none of our business. So he's referring to, once again, India-Pakistan war. All right, so he's basically saying it's none of our business. It's none of our business. All right, so basically, it's, again, I mentioned this many times, we're not going to get involved in this because we have too much going on. We have, again, the Holy Land, Iran, we have Ukraine, Russia, NATO. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on, and that region, that's a lot. Again, we're talking about 2 neighbors with nuclear. All right, so the U.S. is like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're not going to get involved. Be responsible. That's what the U.S. told them. Be responsible. We don't want to see no mushroom clouds and on Channel 5 News and stuff like that. Okay, now we're going to jump to another country. This one here is Russia and Ukraine. Donald calls for a 30-day cease plan between these two countries, threatening sanctions against whoever violates it. Dude, these countries have, well, not Ukraine, but sanctions are not working, man. It's not working. It's not. This is the reason why these countries have BRICS is to avoid sanctions. You slap sanctions, they have BRICS. The BRICS is, again, sanctions not gonna work. Talks with the bear and crane continue, Donald said. The U.S. calls for ideally a 30-day unconditional cease plan. Hopefully, an acceptable cease plan will be observed and both countries will be held accountable for respecting the sanctity of these direct negotiations. If the cease plan is not respected, the U.S. and its partners will impose further sanctions. Thousands of young soldiers are passing on a weekly basis, and everybody should want it to stop. Look, I agree with Donald. That's fine. But Donald, you just gave them F-16, man. You gave them F-16, $300-something million worth of very powerful equipment. And at the same time, you want them to stop the back and forth. You feed them equipment, they're going to continue. They're going to continue. You feed them equipment, they're going to continue doing their stuff. Here's the thing. Stop feeding them. Stop feeding them. The bear? Well, again, the bear just, you need to be tougher with the bear. Again, sanctions, it seems like it's not going to work. Slapping tariffs, I don't think it's going to work. But again, I'm not saying to strike the bear, but there has to be another way. But stop feeding Crane. Stop feeding all these equipments. He said, I do, and the U.S. does also. As president, I will stay committed to securing peace between the bear and Crane, together with the Europeans, and a lasting peace it will be. This cease plan must ultimately build towards a peace agreement. It can all be done very quickly, and I will be available on a moment's notice if my services are needed. Thank you for your attention to this matter. He sounds like a principal. You know how, you're in the classroom and you got that speaker in the corner and you got the sound ding, ding, ding. Hello, school, Jefferson School or Martin Luther King's student. This is your principal. Just want to give you a reminder that detentions, those who have detention slip, you have to show up. If not, you're not going to graduate and you will be left behind. So be nice and I'll see you there. That's how Donald sounds like a principal. All right, so let's go with the let's go with this news. All right, so the satellite imagery. New satellite images obtained by Fox News on Thursday have shown a secret Persian nuclear facility in an exclusive report by the American source. The facility is located in the country's northern province, the Sermon province, and you have Persian officials have code named the facility the Rainbow Site. What? The Rainbow Site? And have marked it as a chemical production company under the name Diba Energy Siba. Wow. Okay, so they have a name and they kind of deceiving the world because they telling the world it's a certain company, not nuclear, but in reality it is nuclear facility. Citing the network contention, it says here, Research Institute, the U.S. source, said that the facility's primary function in tritium extraction, it says here, tritium is a radioactive isotope of hydrogen, according to Oxford Languages definition, with the Fox News report saying that it is also used to enhance nuclear equipment. Look out, Persia is building a monster here. And I'm not talking about Frankenstein. Revelation comes amid nuclear talk with the US. You have the news. Revelation comes nearly a week after the foreign minister of the, again, I'm going to skip their name. You have Abbas said, as a founding signatory to the NPT, the Non-Proliferation Treaty, Persia has every right to possess the full nuclear fuel cycle, implying that the Persian believes it should be allowed to keep enriching uranium even with a deal with the US. You see that picture right there? There's a possibility us, the sleeping giant, with our B-2 stealth bombers, is gonna drop something here. And that's gonna cause a huge biblical war. Or there's a possibility perhaps the Holy Land is gonna send something there. Whoops. Give me a second here, guys. A fourth round of Persia and U.S. nuclear talk will be held on Sunday in Oman, according to Persia Nor News, citing an unnamed Persian official. All right, so pay very close attention. Give me a second here, guys. I do have some more information coming out. Give me a second here, guys. That's all for that breaking news. But I'm just looking for some more updates here. We have an urgent red alert. A cease plan was broken. And there is a massive internet shutdown in Moscow. So trains and everything has been shut down. The reason why, you guys already know, Moscow Victory Day Parade. So this is coming out right now. The Bear blast Crane for breaking cease plan, but grabbed land first. So the Bear claims Crane tried twice to break into its Kursk region after a cease plan kicked in. Now Kiev fired back, saying the truce is just Vladimir PR stunt to look like he's into peace. Meanwhile, the Bear admits it grabbed a Ukrainian village right before the cease plan started. Both sides said that the other is breaking the rules. Here's the thing, guys. These cease plan never work. It never works. I want to show you this one here. This person is putting out some information. And this is what's going on right now. They are. So you see that dude? That's a, seems like Ukrainian soldier. He looks really young though. So the Bear has begun. Oh, this is okay. So this is Russia. So the Bear has begun preparing the young ones for war, preparing a new generation of occupiers. So it says here, in Russia, you have the facility principals say that many young ones are already eager to join the biblical war against Ukraine. Now, I cannot show that picture because there's a lot of young ones. But here's the thing. Ukraine is always, also doing the same thing. They can't be two-sided on this one here. We have more breaking news coming out. Slava posted this not too long ago. Almost the entire Russian Federation is already without the internet. Complaints are coming from Moscow in 30 regions. 30? Terminals don't work. Taxi can't be called. Doc can't connect to medical system. Money can't be borrowed. Well, again, they announced that they were gonna, again, when it comes to the Victory Day parade, they had to shut down a lot of stuff. And the reason why? Well, you could thank Zelensky because he opened his mouth saying that if something happened to foreign leaders out there, we're not responsible. So, Russia, when they got that message, they kind of did a whole bunch of things. They shut down the internet to make sure everybody is safe. Here's some more breaking news coming out. The entire internet has been shut down. By the way, you guys, this little area right here, I think that's Kaliningrad. That's Russia territory. And they are surrounded by all these NATO members. All right, so I think it's Kaliningrad, if I'm not mistaken. It says here, mobile internet will be completely disconnected in 60% of Russia on May 9th. There will be no connection with the world all the way to the, skip that. Absolutely all services will be down, including banking, taxi, and deliveries. Almost the entire Russian Federation is already without the internet. All right, so we already know that. Complaints are coming from Moscow in 30 regions. All right, so that's where we are right now. It seems like it's not only them, but India is also doing the same thing. India has turned off certain lights in multiple regions. I mean, everything's pitch black. These wars is what leading towards these lights off, total blackout. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna keep you updated with all this news here, and we are definitely seeing a lot of stuff happening. There's a new pope. There's a nation against nation rising. May 8th, 2025, 5:34 p.m. Eastern time. Again, there's been a lot of stuff going on. There's going to be a lot of changes too. New faces. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to end it here. It seems like X is slowing down or something. I don't know what's going on with X. I don't know. I guess it got hit or something. So, yeah, it's I don't know what's going on with X. Okay, now it's working. All right. And so I'm going to end it here, guys. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to have some more news coming out later on. Do me a favor. If this is your first time, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like and notification bell. And again, thank you so much for your support. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2. Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get to access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on YouTube. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.